Well, today's my wedding day. It's not my wedding day. It's just a day where my schedule includes a wedding, so it's my wedding day. Sorry if that was confusing. The other day I posted a video talking about the busy week that I had coming up. That week ended yesterday. It's Saturday, and I don't want to do anything. But my problem is I can't not do anything. So instead of doing nothing, I actually volunteered to help my friend film a wedding. I've never filmed a wedding. I've done wedding photos before, but I haven't done that in about 5 years. Today I just get to be the second shooter, which means all I have to do is go, get a bunch of beautiful footage, and then I can hand off all the footage to her, and she's the one responsible for editing and delivering it. It's early. They look like garbage, but I'm trying to get together all the stuff that I'm gonna use today. The main camera I'll be using is the Canon 6D, which, if I'm not doing anything in 4K, is my favorite camera. I do still love it. It's my favorite still photo camera ever, and it has my favorite lens on it. It's the 24-105. This is like my baby. I love this lens. Oh, I'm just kidding. This is a cup. I'll also be using the Canon 5D Mark III, which is absolutely a better camera than the 6D, but for some reason I prefer the 6D over this camera. I have an 85mm completely manual lens. My favorite part about this lens is it has manual aperture. Of course, I think it's actually a rule. I think you might go to prison if you show up to film a wedding and you don't have a 70-200 Rode VideoMic Pro, which is such a useful tool for not having to sync sound afterwards. And then of course, lots of memory cards and batteries and supplemental things like that. Shoulder mount. I've also recently started enjoying just using a monopod that has a tripod head attached to the top, because this is like such a versatile setup. I've also borrowed a Glidecam that I was asked to bring, and the Glidecam is fantastic. You get all these great results with it, but it's also super heavy when you're carrying it the whole time, and then you've got a camera on top of it that weighs a bunch. I just wanted to show you this as I'm getting ready to go film the wedding. When I first became a teacher, I used to get really nervous and I would sweat a lot, and I'd wear dress shirts and try to dress real fancy. It's late September, the weather's starting to get nice, but it's still a hotel in Palm Springs, and carrying around stuff, you get kind of gross and sweaty. So what I found were these products specifically for sweating through your clothes. See how happy they are because they're not sweaty? And so you take these things and you stick them under your shirt, and then you don't get sweat stains. Luckily I don't need to wear these every day anymore, but for my first like 6 months of teaching, when I would just be sweating bullets every day, these kind of saved my life. I don't know who designs the packaging, because this really looks like diapers. My friend Laura asked if I wanted to help her film a wedding that she booked. It sounded like a really interesting idea to me because I've never filmed a wedding before, and I've also never been somebody's second shooter before. As soon as she asked me, I got really nervous because it felt like something that was way out of my comfort zone, and so that's why I decided to do it, because I wanted to push myself to do something out of my comfort zone. Okay, so my biggest struggle will be, obviously I can't film much during other people's weddings, so maybe I'll put a little montage here and hope it goes really, really well. It's been about 7 hours. I'm in my car, lying down, because the thing I forgot when you film weddings is how sore you get, because you're just standing and standing and you're
my light fell down. And you're carrying heavy equipment and you're like, cool, I'm gonna go with a Glidecam, I'm gonna go with a shoulder mount, and then you're like, oh, I have to carry a Glidecam and I have to carry a shoulder mount, and those things are super heavy. Really fantastic event. It was a really fun wedding, it was a really awesome couple, and for me, it was really fun to actually try to get out of my element in terms of filmmaking and cinematography and just equipment usage and shots and interacting with people at events and stuff. So that was kind of a super fun thing. It felt like really good practice. My back hurts so badly right now. Everything hurts. My life is pain.
This is what happens whether I've been gone for 7 hours or 7 minutes. One last bit of happy ending to this story too. 7 hours carrying equipment, getting super sore, dry as a bone.